So did you ever think that, or did you ever contemplate when you have a career for many, many years and then you retire, you're finally done, and then you really get on your real path and your real career and your real mission that you're supposed to be doing? And did you ever think about that? Because you kind of do both at the
Right,
same time.
right.
Right. Well, but we have Molly Brindle with us today of Life Clarity, and she did just that. So thanks for being on, Molly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I spent several decades in corporate America, much of
Right.
it in media. For a while, I was in Atlanta working for Cox Communications, which is still around, publishing and broadcasting,
All right.
and about to take over the nation's largest cable
Wow.
division.
Oh, huh.
Hmm.
Didn't know that.
Yes, they sent me far and wide to wire the world, which was pretty
Okay.
exciting when you're in your 20s, right? That
Right.
I grew up real fast. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And now
Landed
you're
in
wiring the world in a different way.
that. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes,
Ah,
but I'm wiring them without wires. No
right.
wires.
The spirituality just opens up.
But the world has gone wireless, right? We would agree
Yes, yes,
everything's wireless,
that's
right?
true.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
amazing.
but I wound my way up the East Coast as part of that job and ended up having a couple of daughters along the way who are beautiful human beings. But at some point, after working in the thoroughbred racing industry for 10 years, uh, I began seeking some energy healing because some health issues had developed from the stress of having to
Yeah,
produce a
Right,
taxing.
multi-million
Sure.
dollar budget every year
right.
in a sport that's not really mainstream.
Hmm.
That, it was a hard sell, let's put it that way.
Right, right, sure.
So although the sport is certainly beautiful and thrives in many parts of the world, England and France and Dubai, it struggles a bit more in the United
Hmm.
States. New York being one of the big dogs, it
Hmm.
was my
Yeah.
fortune to be able to work with that organization. And but then I was in a sort of a step down career working at a local theater, producing theater, thinking I'm going to retire in a year, and the pandemic hit.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
I sat on the couch and I don't know where the inspiration came from, but I said, now I'm going to do something completely different. And the call came from the woman who'd been treating me. Would you like to take a class in Reiki?
Right,
Beautiful.
Reiki meaning life force, universal life force healing or
right.
energy. It had worked so well. I said yes. And so began a very, very different road, but one that has made all the difference, to paraphrase Robert Frost.
Hmm.
Right.
So I began studying this, and it takes not terribly long to learn. The first two levels of Reiki, you learn Sanskrit symbols,
Hmm.
you practice on one another. I remember my husband was not a real willing victim. He would just fall asleep and snore. So and one daughter also didn't really receive very well, but gradually uh, we found our way, and the energy begins to build in you when you're
Hmm.
doing energy work. It really, like anything, takes practice.
Hmm.
So I found myself doing the master level, which was a retreat week, and some amazing things happened. We learned how to sharpen our intuition, tune in to people we'd never met before, send distance healing, which is
Hmm.
very powerful tool. I
Yeah.
just used it because a relative was having some very serious surgery at Johns Hopkins, and I sent Reiki to the surgeons and to the anesthetist and the nurses, the recovery room, the surgery bear, to her. She came through really well
That's
Great.
and
great.
is
Good to hear.
recovering at home. So yes, a
Right.
little
And a lot of
prayer was
people, I
involved.
mean, I think most people know now that energy travels and there's no time or space,
Right.
and
Yeah,
that can affect
yeah,
everything in a positive way. Right.
yes,
Mm.
that's
So you
true.
do
And
this
I
full
share a
time now.
birthday. Well, I share a birthday with Einstein,
Oh,
right?
nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's Pi Day. And he, of course, said that time knows no construct and all energy and all time is now.
Mhm.
So that's such a hard concept for us because we live in such a linear world.
Right.
But when you when you experience Reiki and you feel the energy drop in and you feel the differences in vibrational energy, as I call it, someone else takes the wheel.
Hmm.
Um, it's been loved ones. Sometimes I don't know who, most of the time, I don't know who it is unless there is an intention or a purpose for the person to know. Because in spirit, we don't have names. And I call on archangels and Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, I will ask whoever the expert is. Um, the violet flame of Saint Germain frequently gets invoked as well. You can feel the energy shift, but you don't really have a knowing. That's where faith comes in.
Right.
You just have to keep the space clear and the intention pure. So when we're doing this work, we say this is for so and so's highest purpose and greatest good. The
Mm.
well and wise ancestors, the ascended Reiki masters, the angelic realm, all are welcome who come in God's light and love with this intention.
Right.
And then may I be a clear channel. And essentially, I offer to surrender and step aside, but I'm still aware of what's happening.
Hmm.
So I can hear things and feel things. I feel the energy shift. I know when I need to move, but you don't know what the person is feeling, and it could be very different from what the practitioner is feeling.
Right.
And so you spend the first years of practicing Reiki wondering and in doubt, and you really have to let that you know what go.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Right.
you
Well,
have
and
to
you've
trust.
expanded to other things too, right? From the Reiki, you did
Yes.
like spiritual counseling and all kinds of,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
there are intuitive messages that come in.
Uh-huh.
Wait, did you?
So you don't always receive intuitive guidance, but when the clairaudient messages hit or the clairsentient knowing, you just speak it, but always with the discernment, is this, I usually ask, is this what is meant to be shared?
Mm.
And if I hear it again, then I know it can be shared. But you do it gently to make sure the person is ready to hear whatever it is,
Right.
because there are often tears and releases of emotion that come during sessions, but in general, when the person gets off the massage table, they feel lighter. They feel this incredible lightness of being because, as I'll describe it to them, we just dialed up your frequency.
Mhm.
You're a
Right.
radio station and you all have unique vibrational signatures. And sometimes when that gets tuned down low, it's because you're grieving, sadness, trauma, illness. It brings our
Fear.
energy into our
Mm.
lower
Yeah, right.
chakras.
Fear.
Here's the biggest one.
Definitely
Fear,
fear is the biggest
Here's the
one.
biggest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fear, and the antidote
The
to fear is
fears.
love,
Mm.
Yeah.
Right.
right? So
So,
love helps erase fear.
so
So sometimes I will often use crystals. I mean, here's one I'll take sometimes, my heart. I'll use selenite and clear quartz and rose quartz most often
Mhm.
on a particular chakra that seems to be blocked. And what that does is helps magnify the energy that's coming through your palm.
Right.
So the
just, I
energy
mean, most of
drops in
our
through the
audience,
crown.
let me just interrupt you 1 second. Most of our
Yeah.
audience knows,
Yeah.
but why don't you just, for those who don't, talk a little about what the chakras are? Just,
Sure. Okay. They align along the spine. There are seven principal ones. From tip to stern, it would be the crown chakra, the third eye, the throat, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root.
But the heart.
So,
And the heart. You've got the heart.
and I'm sorry, and the heart. Did I miss the heart? Oh my
That's
goodness.
okay.
And then here's my heart going, wait, you forgot
Yeah, I
about
have that
me.
same one actually.
as
It's
you come
funny.
back,
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So, Molly,
So,
you were always intuitive, right? You just,
that's what I was going to ask
yeah.
her
Oh,
before.
well, I'm a Pisces. I think I was
okay.
always
So, yes.
sensitive. I was the Molly
That's,
in the middle in childhood who
uh,
would mediate when there were warring factions among friends or groups,
mm,
trying to bring a softer touch. And I don't think I had any strange or bizarre experiences like many people
mhm.
do.
So you
So
weren't,
no, this
so this just kind of came up when you started practicing Reiki and,
I think we all have these abilities.
Yes, we agree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there are the clairs, right? Clairsentience,
sure.
audience. Yeah, the clairs will awaken when you're ready and
Sure.
if you are open to it.
I'm
So,
wondering if you look back now at your professional career, if you can see that there were times that you used your intuition to make decisions because you were very successful in what you did. And if you see that there was a knowing in you that you were just without being aware of it connecting to for your choices, do you think that was, do you see any of
hmm,
that when you look back?
it's a great question. I don't know if I was aware it was my intuition.
Right, but when you look
I,
back, you go, "Oh, that's what I was doing."
I think what I practiced is what I studied in life coaching, and that is deep listening.
Hmm.
Yes.
When there's the expression that's from that I saw in Baltimore when I was living there. I went to Johns Hopkins and went to this particular hotel that had a bar where there were beautiful stained glass images. It was the wise old owl. The more
Mhm,
he heard, the less he spoke.
mhm,
The less he spoke, the more he heard.
mhm.
And that made him a wise old owl.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
would remind myself of that and the Stephen Covey seek first to understand, then to be understood. That was what I practiced mostly.
Hmm.
And we got a lot of no's.
Mhm,
So we also had to build up our, I'll call that the solar plexus chakra, which is our self-esteem, our sense of self-worth. That would get beaten down a lot. And that was hard, hard to take,
yeah.
rejection after rejection. But then that made victory all the more sweeter.
Mhm,
And then you would work to really build a strong relationship bridge. And you'd have to use your intuition and your good
Right,
listening skills even
exactly.
then. So
sure.
post sale, maintaining the relationship to ensure that the client didn't, break the contract and would
Sure.
renew. That was critical. It was a lot of FaceTime, a lot of contact,
Hmm.
uh, and a lot of deep listening. Yeah.
Right, which is probably like also you went a lot by gut feeling, right?
Mhm,
Which is really your intuition.
Well, gut, the heart
Mhm.
has 40,000 neurons, the gut has billions.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, when we're working in Reiki, at least this is how I practice, I work on heart mind coherence. The
mhm,
Mhm.
Heart Math Institute is a great source for more
Yeah.
mhm.
information on
Yes.
this.
Mhm,
And you hold the crown chakra and the heart chakra, and you work on connecting, asking for a conscious connection between them. Because really, this is the computer that runs the ship,
Hmm.
but it's not making the most empathetic or heart coherent decisions.
mhm,
It's seeking to control chemicals that keep us safe and alive and well, but we don't always listen.
mhm.
So the idea of listening to your heart and your gut is so very real and yet so seldom practiced.
Right.
Yeah.
So now in your work, you've been doing this for how long?
For, well, 5 years since I began my training,
Okay.
going into the sixth now. Yeah.
Okay. And it's taken you to different um places, right? So are there things that you're exploring further into outside of Reiki from that base?
Yes. Well, I use the Reiki a lot now I use it professionally, but I also use it as a volunteer. I just did an
Lovely.
event
That's
for
lovely.
veterans. I
Very
use it in
nice.
a women's shelter, and then I work with
Great.
hospice.
Very nice.
And in hospice, it helps with the transition phase, but it also
Yeah.
helps with pain,
Hmm.
inflammation, pain, anxiety,
Right.
sites where the cancer has manifested are very painful bone cancers.
Hmm.
We just, it's the laying on of hands from the Bible. So, but I have branched out, yes, and the inspiration came to me just because I was researching Reiki, which is a Japanese practice, a
Hmm.
spiritual practice of about 100 years. And I discovered Shinrin-yoku, which
Oh,
is
what's that?
forest bathing.
Oh, okay.
Yep. The first question everyone asks is, do I have to take my clothes off? No, because that would hurt. you, you're going to hug a tree and the bark won't feel good.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a Japanese practice that began because, as a country in the 1980s, it was determined by scientists there that the civilization had gone to urban areas, the computer age had begun, and people had lost touch with nature, and heart disease and karoshi, which is death by overwork,
Oh,
were
I didn't know
beginning
that
to
was a
be
thing.
prevalent. Yes,
Jeez.
it was becoming a problem. I mean,
Wow.
in Asian culture, work is more important than life in some cases. It's a very strong work ethic in that culture. And I'm just so impressed that they began researching this. And I've read 4 or 5 books and I'm working on my certification, but I began just leading 2 years ago intro to forest bathing workshops, just to say to people, this is the why. This is why you do this, because of the organic chemicals the tree exudes that promote the growth of the good blood cells, the NK cells in your bloodstream. These are the white blood cells that attack viruses and can even attack cancer. So anything that's mutating in your body, you want, the guys in the white hat to come through.
Mhm.
So the phytoncides that number of trees, cypress, pine, oak, exude in large quantity also comes from garlic and onion. So eating lots of those is good for you.
So tell us what a session would be like if you take someone and work with them.
Well, we start by learning the why. Why would we want to adopt this practice? It lowers your stress hormone.
Yeah.
So it tells that amygdala, stop producing cortisol. Everything is fine. It's like a form of meditation. So it also can lower your general stress, your heart rate, your blood pressure. And then, as I said, the physical benefit of breathing in the organic compounds, not to mention it's just calming to be in nature and you're receiving oxygen from the trees and they're taking your carbon dioxide. But once we go out into the forest, usually for a 20-minute meditation, I tell everyone, find the tree that speaks to you. And if it's not your tree, move to another one.
Yeah.
Sometimes a tree doesn't want contact. When you first enter the forest, you ask permission. The last one I led, the group was highly sensitive, and we had done a lot of meditation in a drumming circle led by a Native American woman. So as we approached the forest, we put up our palms and we asked permission to come in. And I said, do you feel the energy? We could feel a wave of energy coming out of the trees. And the answer was yes, come in. We're expecting you. So some people would hear messages, others were seeing visions. One woman sent me a video. The tree told her to take a photo, and she did, and there was a little white orb. And then she heard, now take a video. The orb moved.
Wow.
And it was the tree spirit. Now,
that's cool.
Beautiful.
Does that happen
Yeah.
every time?
Yeah.
No, every time there's such unique
Something
experiences. People will come out happy or crying.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
or
But
sometimes
in
both.
general, a tree can help you clear your chakra system, just as we go, to Reiki for. So when I need mine cleared, sometimes I just back up against a tree trunk, put my palms on the tree, ask permission, say, I'll send you energy if you can help me clear my chakras.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And before you go
forest
into
bathing.
session working with somebody on Reiki, is there a practice that you have for yourself to be able to give energy and not take back anything negative on you, or pull back any of that energy?
Yes, I spray the room with Palo Santo.
Okay.
I use a certain Sanskrit symbol in all of the corners or walls over the bed or area where they'll be sitting or lying. And then I say prayers. I ask to cleanse myself and be a clear spirit. And sometimes I'll take a selenite wand and just wand my body.
Nice.
And then I just sit in meditation and preparation, asking for the person's highest good and greatest purpose in life, whatever we can clear to bring them more joy and lightness of being or health. Usually I don't know the person, so I don't have any idea what it is they need. They might tell me something.
I love that you have such a pure heart and desire to do the work in such a clean way,
Yeah.
and not deviate. And it's just coming through so beautifully. So I see it. I just want to say that's great. That's
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah.
well, I think most people who are drawn to energy work
Yeah.
Yeah.
have a desire to help others.
Mhm.
And the same is true of people who volunteer their time
Hmm.
Mhm.
for, the Red Cross or hospice workers, hospice nurses.
Yeah.
There are so many, such a growing number of people now in the world who
Yes.
are recognizing the life benefits of a life of service. And
Yes.
I'm just grateful that I survived all the decades of a corporate career, was paid well
Yeah,
enough that I
right.
have retirement funds
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
that I can do what I love now.
that's
Because
great.
we're really meant to be here to experience great joy and great love. I
Yes.
mean,
Mhm.
John Lennon was right. Love is all there is.
Love is all
Yeah.
there is.
So my whole purpose is to build we call ourselves light beings. All we want to do is just spread light. When
Mhm.
people come into your presence, then what do they feel? They feel that energy of love,
Right.
and that helps heal them. And it actually goes beyond that kind of close encounter. It impacts, because of what's called unity consciousness, it impacts the consciousness of the planet and
Right.
even beyond.
Hi, I'm Debbie Peterson. I'm founder of the Wellness Gala. We've been doing upscale wellness events for about 20 years now. But today I want to ask you to follow us or like us and subscribe to our podcast because we take a deeper dive into spirituality. We have all kinds of different holistic practitioners and mediums and psychics and the whole gamut of anything spiritual. So if you like that kind of stuff, please subscribe. I
Beautiful.
was going to ask you, I don't want to put you on the spot, but can you send Reiki out to everybody listening or like
Yes,
watching this?
sure,
Just give a
sure.
little energy boost to everybody.
Sounds good.
Wow.
Sounds great.
All right. Mm.
Thank you. I hope everybody felt
Thank
that
you.
when we were
Yes.
quiet there, if you didn't hear the warning. That
That was great.
if you
Thank
were
you.
driving listening to this.
How different, Molly, is it now where you are from where you thought you would be when you started on this journey?
So different. One thing, I'm not, you used the word fear when we started this podcast. Fear was so rampant with me. Fear of not being enough.
Hmm.
Right.
And so I go into the session and it blocks, it lowers your vibrational
Yes.
energy.
Mhm,
So it would interfere with my ability. But when I would work on that, I would talk to myself
Hmm.
mhm.
and just ask my higher self, the soul, please help me. I mean, we all have guardian angels, at least a spirit guide, loved ones who surround us. The thing you learn in Reiki is you feel them. You know that they're not far away. And sometimes when I was doing Reiki for someone last night, I felt something standing on my left side. Now I don't have the gift of sight. I just knew there was someone standing beside me.
Hmm.
So I always say, please draw closer and place your hands where mine cannot go, because I only have the two hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't use my feet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the you grow in your trust the more you feel spirit move in you. The
Mhm.
other thing is you really lose your fear of death.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
great.
I went into hospice work to help me learn that,
That's
um,
beautiful.
because I wanted to understand this is just this lifetime, as important as it seems to all of us,
Mhm.
is just one chapter of
Right.
a book that has many, many chapters.
Right.
So,
So true.
and is that a good segue for book?
Yeah,
I
I
love
was,
it.
I was
Love
just
it.
going
So
to ask
yeah,
you.
so
Yes,
say
yes.
book.
Yeah, talk about your book.
Congratulations
Yes.
on that. That's
Right.
fantastic.
And it's your
Well,
second, right?
it was the work with Reiki and with hospice that I
It's called
think
Good Grief.
Good Grief, a lighter, heartfelt look at loss,
Mhm.
available through Balboa Press and Amazon and
That's great.
Barnes and Noble. I think there's an ebook as well.
Wow.
Um, but
Okay.
this is a book. It contains uh, mandalas, which are designed for each chapter. And there are 18 stories in there. A number of them are mine, but 15 of them are from other people who've had an experience of someone who's, we'll say, crossed the veil, passed,
Mhm.
and has come back to either ask forgiveness or to give love or to say, now, wasn't that naughty in one case, but in a loving way,
Right.
the mother who shut the lights off. So
Mhm.
the stories, I mean, some are funny and some are very poignant.
Mhm.
Um, it was my father who woke me up one night, and I can't explain how I knew it was he,
Mhm.
but it was, that 2 to 5 a.m. when
Right.
we're traveling, our souls are traveling,
Mhm.
and spirit is near, the veil is thin, and I knew I had to go to my computer. I rewrote my children's book, which came out um, earlier this year, A Balloon for Grandpa. It's designed for young children, say 3 to 7 or 8, who've lost a family member. Uh,
Um,
and that was inspired by what happened when my daughter was 3 and my dad died. So that I didn't do anything with that because I felt like something else was coming, and then it did.
Right.
And I've worked on it now for 2 years, just bringing the stories together, really curating other people's experiences and then integrating them with my own.
Beautiful.
So the opening line that my dad gave me was, "My father taught me to laugh at funerals." Now, that's not a grabber,
That's great. That's great.
because what happened at his funeral was the 3-year-old daughter kept saying things out loud like, "How did Grandpa get in the little box?
Yeah.
I need to go potty right now."
Ah, well, that's important.
And then when we got to scatter some of his ashes at a lake in Michigan where he had a special connection, he blew the ashes back in our face,
Yep.
made the wind whip around.
Mhm.
And then as my sisters were singing a song, it's an Irish song, Circle of Life song, the ducks came over and started eating him.
Okay.
And you throw something on the water, what happens? The ducks
That's
come.
right.
Oh my
So
God.
the ducks arrived, but instead of being horrified, we all looked up at the sky and laughed.
Laughed.
Well,
He
that's good.
made us laugh
Mm-hmm.
because the heavy part was now over.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the next night we were driving back to New York. He sent me a dream. So he wrote books in his young adult years. His hands were on the keyboard of the Smith Corona that he wrote the book reviews on for the Detroit newspaper, and yellow paper was in it. And he wrote, "Job well done, Mal."
Oh,
That's
wow. That's
beautiful.
cool.
That's
That's a good
beautiful.
message.
That's so, oh,
That was the best message.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
rewarding.
It's great.
That's beautiful.
Well, spirit speaks in metaphors. When we get
Right.
messages, we're not being given the whole Megillah.
Right. We try to
Meant
talk
to
about this
figure,
all the time, and you're not,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
no, we're meant to figure it
Getting
out.
You're meant to
symbol,
figure it out. That's why we're here. We're here to figure it
Yeah,
out.
that's right. But again, if back to fear, if people spend a lot of time, fearing death,
Mhm.
or they're just going to make themselves sick, and
Mhm.
if they spend too much time fearing and grieving because of loss, fearing the future, then they're also going to make themselves sick. When they're in that lower vibrational place, their loved one can't reach them.
Right.
You have to meet them where they are.
Mhm.
So they're at such a high vibrational soul level that they have to tone it down to be able to talk to us.
Right. And we have to tone it up.
We have to bring it up.
And
Right.
we have to tone up, right? So
Yeah.
we level up and they level down.
Right. And then hopefully we get the messages, right?
Yeah, it might start
Up
with a
until this
dream or the
time,
birds or various things will start to happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, up until this time, humanity has been brought into the world with fear,
Right.
Yeah.
right? And you know, just what we're taught, how we're raised, survival of the fittest, just the just hunters and gatherers surviving to get their food, and so
Yeah.
you had a fear for survival, and
Right.
so that's innate in us,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of undoing there. Hopefully, new generations coming in aren't going to have that fear because, right, the
Hopefully
work
it'll
that you're
dissipate.
doing
Yeah.
and this type of work, people are starting to wake up, and so it could be a little bit different. But
Yeah. Hopefully.
fear is a big one.
Well, we're now living in the age of Aquarius, right? A
Yes.
2,000-year cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, yes, those who are being born, I think since the mid 1990s,
Yeah.
they're
The
different.
indigo,
The indigo
yeah, the
children started
indigos.
coming in. Yeah.
Yeah. Are
Right.
those Gen Z
Yeah.
or, yeah.
Yeah, they're Gen
So,
Z, I think. I always
yeah.
get confused
But
on
the
what each.
yes, and then the
Yeah,
next.
they have a different attitude,
Yeah.
and I can
Oh, yeah,
fix
they
the
definitely
world.
do. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there's the the all generations hope that we've made the world a better place, but in this case, I'm not so sure that's true.
Yeah,
So
right.
we we
Oh,
have
we're
some
getting
work
there,
to do.
hopefully. That's the thing, right?
Yes, and the more we raise our consciousness and awareness, and the more we stay in a place of love and not judgment, that is so hard. If there's something that I'm
So
still
hard.
working on,
But
that's it.
I know it sounds so simple and everybody says it every
Yeah,
time, but it is like, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And
All
and
right, and
and
I'll give you.
also we should say that you're listening to Balance Your Life, our evolving consciousness,
Right. And
which
I
I
mean
didn't say
that's
in the
why we
beginning.
started the podcast. That's the
Yes.
name of the
Yes, there
is
you go. That was your reason for
right.
being.
It's time.
So, since you're in New Jersey,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
It seems like the entire state of New Jersey comes up to Saratoga Springs for the races every summer.
Yeah, right. I come up there not
And
for the races.
I
Yeah.
used to
that's
every
where I
summer.
learned the
Yeah.
term New Jersey left. You
Ah,
y'all taught us that, and now
okay.
the locals are doing it, where
So
you
funny.
don't have the right of way yet at the light turns and you go first.
Yeah.
New Jersey left.
So that's where I bring that up because that's where I'm practicing non-judgment. So
Ah.
when I see that, I'm saying, I send you patience, my friend.
There you go.
Mhm.
I send you patience because we're all the same. We're all worthy,
Right.
and
And
nobody
everyone's
has to
doing the
be
best that they
first.
can.
And everybody's
Everyone's
just,
doing the
it's
best that they can,
really,
and that's what
yeah.
you just have to kind of remind yourself.
I was just gonna say,
If
you
they
just
could
need
do
that
better,
reminder
they
of,
would.
yeah.
They're doing the best they can. Right?
That's right. But I also have to say thank you for supporting our economy because
Oh,
this is
that's
a
true too.
great place to
We
live.
spend a lot of money. It's a lot of
That's
fun
great.
there, so in
Yeah.
It's not,
Saratoga.
it's a little cold,
Yeah, a
but
little cold,
yeah,
but
yeah,
a
which is
lot of
why I'm
fun.
wearing
Yeah.
a sweater even on a day like this. So yeah,
Oh, it's cold here too. I mean, it's not, well, I guess maybe it's in the 50s today, but it's not too,
oh,
yeah.
see that?
It's
No, that's
been
lovely.
really, but it's been really chilly. I mean, really
Yeah.
like in the 30s below even at
So
night.
what's next?
Yeah.
I just want to ask before we
Oh, boy, well, all right, that's
After the
an
book,
interesting question.
yeah.
A friend who's intuitive said to me when we were sitting talking about the book Good Grief, she said, "You
great.
are working on another book,
Oh,
but you're not ready yet." And she
mm.
said it has something, it's inspired by the trees.
Oh,
Wow.
And then the woman who did the mandalas for me showed me a book written for children by a Native American
Oh,
from, I think, Canada. Um, so that book is coming out in January, and I will order it. It's a lyric poem with illustrations.
oh.
The the research I'm doing, I know this sounds so far-fetched, suggests that there was a time on Earth when the trees moved.
mm.
Yes,
Did you
I
read
know.
The Light Eaters? Did you read that book?
No, but I guess I should.
Yeah.
The light eaters. There. Okay. So I'm embarking on a journey
That's
to
interesting.
learn more about the spirit of the trees, their consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
the relationship we have with them. There's so many excellent books written about the organic chemical compounds they create and how healthful they are for the environment. But I need to take it to a different place.
I have a
love
So
it.
friend who's
I
like
love it.
big, and I don't know how to say this. Like she talks, she ever since she's little, she's communicated with trees, and that's like her whole thing. The
yeah,
intuitive, Betsy,
Mhm.
like the intuitive, yeah, everything.
well,
She,
I
she
might love
talks
to
to them.
talk to
They
her.
talk to her. It's kind yeah, maybe you'll call
Yes.
They'll put you
See,
connected.
because
Excuse me.
yeah, when they talk, oh, you need some of our delicious Saratoga water.
Ah, right. I have some in my kitchen at home, actually. Mhm.
No, this is the stuff right out of the ground. We drink it right
Yeah.
out of the springs. Yeah. But I think that's what the
Sorry.
next book is about. And I think
Mhm.
that's a good couple of years
That's
off.
fascinating. I will
Yeah, that'll be
buy it the
wild,
second
right?
that I can get my
Maybe it
hands
needs a
on it.
few years so more
Good luck
people will
with the
be
work. I'd
open.
love to hear how it develops. That is
Yeah,
so
you'll have to
interesting.
come
Yeah.
back.
Really cool.
Thank you. There is someone in New Jersey, a couple that I've been connected with, and they I should have given you this as subject for another one of your programs. But he heals trees.
Oh,
He heals
okay.
trees by sending them energy.
Hmm.
So I'm trying that now. So when I see a tree that's not well,
Hmm.
Oh,
which
good.
I'll do
That's
in the
kind of
spring,
cool.
because right now they're kind of
Right.
dormant. But that is I think something that would be very useful to just see, can I bring a tree healing, which is going to take a while. That won't happen overnight. I've talked to one person who says that she cured a tree, and he says he's hired by people to try to save trees
Oh,
that
wow.
are special to
That's
families. Like,
interesting.
I
Yeah.
believe it because
yeah,
I've
Yeah.
seen, people do it
Sure.
with plants, and
Yeah.
sometimes they know they're doing it, and sometimes they don't. But
Yeah.
I was raised with a grandmother who always sang and spoke to her tree, to
Yeah,
her
me too.
plants and her flowers, and she won
Me
all
too.
kinds of awards
Yeah.
oh,
um on our
I'm
farm
horrible
for,
with plants. I wonder what.
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So
see, because she lives so close to nature
Yeah,
on a
that's what they
farm.
do. Right.
yeah,
Right.
so
The line from the songs is from Joan Baez or Joni Mitchell. I'm going to get back to the land, try and set my soul free.
right,
No.
right.
Yeah.
You know the song. Yeah.
Mhm.
We are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get back to the land. And my son-in-law started saying that recently.
Beautiful.
Um, and I thought that's going to be a movement, I think.
I think it
Getting
kind
back
of
to,
already
Yeah.
is in a way. Yeah.
yeah, the
A lot of
organic
people are
gardening.
talking about it, or I mean, I hear people talking about
Well, a
it.
really cool thing.
Sure. You have many people, even in Detroit, people are growing food in
Yeah.
urban areas where
Mhm.
there used to be houses, right there. So, yeah, the whole idea of the earth can heal us. It's true. NIH has studied this. They have 20 peer-reviewed case studies on earthing for clearing wounds that won't heal, and inflammation.
So
And if you look this
I
up,
love that you mentioned that. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I I have earthing sneakers. I have the earthing mats. I give them out as presents. So if
yes,
you can't get outside and connect because the energy of Gaia, of Mother Earth, is an
yeah,
energy that we're all part of and
Right.
connected with. So I love that you said that. There's so many cool things that are happening now that are coming to the
yeah.
awareness, and I love the path that you're taking. I think it's going to be really
Yeah.
exciting, and I can't wait to hear what you find. I really,
Yeah. You'll have to keep us
really think
posted
that's
on
great.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you're connected with Gaia. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Always.
That's important. That's important too.
Absolutely.
So
Well,
Yeah,
Molly, thank you so much for being on with us and sharing everything you're doing.
my
It's been a
pleasure. Thank
pleasure.
you for
and
the
for
Yeah.
invitation.
coming. Thank you for
Yes,
that.
and
That
thank you
was
for sending us
wonderful.
all healing. I almost
Thank
felt like,
you.
oh, I could go to sleep now.
Well, that was just a
Okay.
mini dose,
Yeah, a little mini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a
But
little energy
fantastic.
helping to fill your cup.
Can't wait to
Right.
really talk in the future
Yeah.
to hear all the things you're doing because you're moving so fast and
Yeah.
onto so many interesting things. And again, so pure. So
Well,
Mhm.
thank you to the
Yeah.
two of you for
Yeah.
creating a channel for people to access information, because everyone is going to choose the path that's right for them
Right.
spiritually. Whatever feeds their soul is
Yes.
different for everybody. There's no one right way,
Right.
right?
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right.
thank
Well,
you.
Thank
thanks
you.
again. All
We'll see
right.
you
We'll
next
talk to
time.
you soon.
Thank you.
And we'll see everybody next time. Thanks for listening to Our Evolving Consciousness.